Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In the last episode, Barat gave us our second job. We were to head to the Provings and make sure that this Aved wins his bout with Minar. Now, before we do that, I think Nephri wants to have a bit of a chat with Lesky.
So this is a gift, huh? I've never been to a Proving.
Neither have I. What are they like? What would the Grey Wardens want from a Proving? What did Barat want us to do again? Do you know where we find this place? Maybe we'll get to see some fights. Let's hurry. Neither have I. What are they like?
You know, two sweaty warrior caste men all oiled up by servant girls and wrapped in shining smith-wrought steel. Hundreds of beautiful women watching from the stands, wanting nothing more than to rub them down after.
Nice, Lesky. Very nice. Whoa, easy there. Don't stain anything. Yeah, right off the bat, that one. Whoa, easy there. Don't stain anything.
Don't tell me you never wanted to sneak in and see one for yourself.
I always wanted to be the one in the ring. Why don't they even let us in to watch? Why would the Grey Wardens care who win this Proving? What did Barat want us to do again? Okay, so, not number one, actually. I don't think that Nephri would say that. Nephri has no interest in trying to win honor and glory in Orzammar. Quite frankly, if Orzammar burned to the ground, Nephri would do a happy little dance. She'd just be like, yay! As long as Rika was out of there, and Lesky, as long as her friends and family were out of the inferno, Nephri would do a happy little dance and be like, yes, burn, baby, burn. And she knows why they aren't let in to watch, because that would be an offense to the ancestors. Ooh. How could we possibly offend them? I did mention in the last episode that Nephri was interested in what the Grey Wardens were doing here. And she wouldn't have asked Barat because Barat was her boss, but Lesky being her friend, I think she'd feel comfortable asking him. Why would the Grey Wardens care who wins this Proving?
Think about their responsibility. Take these humans and elves who spent their whole lives flitting around eating figs and teach them to fight Darkspawn. Of course they're gonna need a dwarf to help them. Here they get to pick from the best of the vein.
Why would a dwarf want to join the Grey Wardens? Doesn't joining the Wardens mean going to the surface? Why should we care what happens topside? Why does everyone respect the Grey Wardens so much? Humans and elves don't normally fight Darkspawn? Let's get going before we miss the Proving. Not number 5. I think Nephri... I don't think she knows much about the surface, but I think she knows that Darkspawn are quite a dwarven problem. And not number 2, because that's very, very obvious, so of course Nephri would know that. Why would she have to ask Lesky? I think I'm going to try to go through 1, 3, and 4, if I can go through all of them. Why would a dwarf want to join the Grey Wardens?
I don't know. So the Shapers write you into the histories as a mysterious hero? To save a bunch of elves and humans who would otherwise end up as a Darkspawn buffet? To honor the terms of our 1,000-year-long alliance with the Wardens? That kind of thing.
Why should we even care what happens topside?
We don't. Unless there are enough Darkspawn to go up there. Because that means there's something leading them. And that means an archdemon. And that means a blight, which means possibly the end of life as we know it.
Fair. Very fair. Why does everyone respect the Grey Wardens so much?
They're the only surfacers who care what happens here. They drove the Darkspawn back in every blight. And people say they've got some secret magic that lets them do it.
You sound like you want to be one. Yeah, and then we've just got a repeat of the others. You sound like you want to be one.
Can you imagine them turning down all those steeled-up warriors for one of us? Put on that armor and everyone hails you as a hero? Oh, it'd be great. Except for the part where you have to hunt Darkspawn. I've spent my whole life trying to save my skin. I'm a bit too fond of it to lose it now.
I've never actually seen a Darkspawn, have you? And yet then, all the same questions. You know what? If Nephri says she's never seen a Darkspawn, I will take her word at that. I've never actually seen a Darkspawn. Have you?
I was in the Diamond Quarter once when they brought back a trophy from the Deep Roads. It was only a head, but it was all twisted up and scarred, with teeth like stalactites. And it smelled like rank air from an old cave. I can't even think of a joke. That should tell you how bad it was.
Wow. Bad indeed. Yeah, I don't think Nephri wants to ask any of these. I don't want to think about that. Let's get going.
From your lips to my ears.
Okie doke. Yeah, let's head on to the provings.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
Fuck you.
I assume this pile of worthless junk belongs to you? You realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through? Move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan Commander's Feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped, then.
He's going to take a really long pause here for some reason. But there is more.
Very well.
There we go.
You may leave your goods here for now, merchant, but move them out of the way as soon as you can.
Yeah, and that tells us where in the timeline this origin takes place. The Warden Commander, no, the new Commander's feast is tomorrow, or at least it's supposed to be. If something unfortunate were to happen at these provings, then, you know, it might be delayed by a week or something like that.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
But I have a pass right here. How would you like it if I kicked you out of somewhere? Sorry, I was just leaving. Again, we don't need to antagonize these people. We just need to keep our head down and do our job. But I have a pass right here.
Looks legitimate. Go on through, then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Yes, sir. Of course, absolutely. Prick. I think that's how Nephri deals with her anger. She's quite happy to be, you know, not subservient, but, you know, to not kick up any fuss, to be a good little castless and do as she's told, but then as soon as she's like a few steps away, she's just under her breath, fucking arsehole, bastard, prick, da 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 da. It stops her from going insane. Dwarven faith. We are the children of the stone. She supports us, shelters us, offers us the most priceless gifts of the earth. The worthy return to her embrace in death, becoming ancestors. The unworthy are cast out, unable to rest, that their failings may not weaken the stone. So it has been since the earliest memories. We live by the stone, guided by the ancestors, who speak with the voice of the provings, and whose memories the Shaper keep forever in Lyrium. We do not accept the empty promises of heaven as the wild elves do, or vie for the favour of absent gods. Instead, we follow in the footsteps of our paragons, the greatest of our ancestors, warriors, craftsmen, leaders, the greatest examples of lives spent in service to our fellow dwarves. Our paragons joined with the stone in life, and now stand watch at our gate, ushering in those surfacers privileged to visit our city. We know... Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a bit confused there. We know there is no greater honour to hope for, no better reward for an exceptional life. As told by Shaper Zebor. Yeah, this is very interesting. Nephri doesn't believe a word of it. Nephri doesn't have any ancestors, and just based on the brand on her face, she won't get to return to the stone, so fuck this noise.
Stone's embrace. That's one of them. One of the Grey Wardens. Oh, I dare you to go over and talk to him. Say, welcome to Orzammar, Warden, sir. May I drink your bathwater?
Oh, Lesky. Nephri is gonna go over there and talk to him, not because Lesky dared her to, but I don't think she's ever seen a human up close. I imagine that maybe she's been in the Commons whilst Grey Wardens are kicking about, and she's seen one at a distance. I don't think she's ever been this close, and I think she's a little bit intrigued, so I do think that she would go up to him, assuming that this guard isn't gonna stop her.
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed, or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely?
In my part of Orzammar, we just go with hello. Well, I don't exactly have a house. No, definitely the proper greeting, Stone met yourself. It was just nicer than I expected. Ooh. I'm tempted to go with either 1 or 4. Because, again, Nephri isn't used to being spoken to in such a friendly manner. Number 4, I think it admits weakness. Or at least it could be interpreted that way. And I think in Dust Town, you need to be tough. You need to always be on your guard. So yeah, I'm going to go with number 1. In my part of Orzammar, we just go with hello.
We do the same in my part of Ferelden. Hello, then. My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you.
Is it true you're here looking for recruits? I'm Nephri of Nobody. I only came over here because my friend dared me. Not number 3. I think she should at least introduce herself. I don't think she's the most mannered of people, but, you know, he's given his name. It would be kind of weird if we didn't give ours in response. I'm Nephri, of Nobody.
Ah, of course. That's what the face brand means, then. I remember that now.
And he looks kind of guilty. I don't know if you noticed that. Excuse me. I need a drink. 1 second. I'm sorry, my throat just decided to give out for some reason then. But yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but he looked genuinely guilty when he was like, oh yeah, the face brand. So again, I think that would be kind of putting Nephri a bit on the back foot there. She doesn't really know what to make of this guy. Is it true you're here looking for recruits? I'm sorry to bother you. I guess you want me to leave now. So what? Now you have to stop talking to me? Yes, and yes, you can have me arrested for harassing you. Ooh. Not number 2. And I don't like 3 or 4. So again, it's between 1 and 5. Nephri. So the thing about Artin was that she was not a jokey character. She was very serious up until she was very, very comfortable with someone. And then she could start joking around, but most of the time, very serious. Nephri is very much, you know, of a similar mindset. When she's on the job, she needs to be serious. However, she's not super sarcastic like my city elf, Lialda. She is, you know, constant jokes. But she's not like Artin, and, you know, who has a stick up her butt, basically. Ooh. I'm very tempted with number 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with number 5. Yes. And yes, you can have me arrested for harassing you.
For saying hello? My friend, to a Grey Warden, nothing short of a slavering darkspawn waking you in your bedroll counts as harassment. Actually, I'm glad I met you. Whenever we come to Orzammar, we always stay in the Diamond Quarter. You forget how much of the city you miss.
Is it true you're here looking for recruits? I have to go now. I'm so glad that I didn't lose the ability to say number one, because I think that is something that Nephri would be interested in asking about. I think that... So, Nephri doesn't dream, and I don't mean that in terms of because she's a dwarf. I mean she doesn't have these grandiose dreams of, I'm gonna take my sister and I'm gonna whisk her away to the surface. Nephri knows her place. Nephri knows that her place is to serve crime lords and to die in the dirt. And that's pretty much it. And she's never considered joining the Grey Wardens because she never thought it was an option. However, standing in front of Duncan and him being so friendly and chatty and warm, and I think she's actually... The thought is kind of taking seed in her brain of, maybe I could join the Grey Wardens. Maybe that is an option for me. I don't know how I'd go about it, but I think she's kind of in a place of like, maybe I could... No, it's best not to dream. Don't dream too far. It just leads to heartache. So I think she wants to ask about this. She is interested. Is it true you're here looking for recruits?
The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle against the Darkspawn. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens are ruthless to their enemies, compassionate to their friends, and inspiring to their troops. It's a lot to look for, but I hope to find it here. And I hope you also may find what you are looking for.
I think, as odd as it may seem, I think Nephri would be a little bit inspired by that. Flippin' heck. We picked up so many codex entries. I'm gonna read them. Like I said, he was so warm and friendly, and it was just very unexpected for her, and I do think it kind of touched her very deeply, and she's kind of thinking, you know what, I think I could be a Grey Warden. I think I want to be a Grey Warden. It's just the matter of how to accomplish that she's kind of getting stuck on. The Blights. My dear Annika, I would not worry about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest tithe. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy's strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before, beyond destroying everything in their path. For weeks, their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk that perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong, for today we came upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Annika. I have never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng a great beast, as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. A paragon of darkspawn, perhaps, for they seemed to pay it deference. They were leaving, marching towards the mine shafts that lead to the surface. But I knew when I beheld them that once they have devoured what lies above us, they will be back. From the letters of Paragon Iducan. The Grey Wardens. The first blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the Archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumat fell, and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazikael, Toth, Andoral, Razikael, Lusakarn, and Urthamiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting, and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Darkspawn. The Sufficers claim that the first Darkspawn fell from heaven. They spin tales of magic and sin, but the Children of the Stone know better. The Darkspawn rose up out of the earth, for it was in the deep roads they first appeared. Creatures in our own likeness, armed and armoured, but with no more intelligence than Tazpadan, bestial and savage. At first they were few, easily hunted and slain by our warriors. But in the recesses of the deep roads, they grew in number and in courage. Our distant Tigers came under attack, and now it was the army, not a few warriors, being sent to deal with the creatures. Victories still came easily, though, and we thought the threat would soon be over. We were wrong, as told by Shaper Zebor. Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfells, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the Free Marches and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local superstition and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Very interesting, very nice. Now then, we should absolutely hurry along to Aved. Yeah, he seems to be over here. Oh, damn it.
Sweetheart, Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up on this. He's still mad about the time I accidentally told that barkeep Barat had demanded free ale delivered to my door. Hey, I just had an idea.
I could put on his armour, you know, fight in his name. Do I want to hear this? Great, we're running out of time. What have you got? Number 1. Absolutely number 1. As I just mentioned, Nephri, for like the first time in her life, has seen a glimmer of hope of, hey, this could be my way out of here. I just need to get there, and this is absolutely it. I could put on his armor. You know, fight in his name.
That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Barat wins, everybody wins. Except all the warrior caste braggarts you leave kissing dust. I sodding love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us.
If I do this, I'll win by skill alone. I won't use the drug. I'll put the armor on now. You find Minar and drug him. I need to drug Minar first. This isn't for Barat. I want to impress the Grey Wardens. Ooh. Here's the thing, she does want to impress the Grey Wardens. However, at the same time, she's not she's not so taken up with the idea, you know, like she's not feeling that romantic where she's, and I'll win the proving, and I'll remove my hood, and everyone will stand up and clap for me. That would end horribly. Nephri knows that would end horribly. So, not number 4. She'll find a way to get to the Grey Wardens and say, hey, that was me. I'll challenge any of you lot to a fight if you need me to prove it, but that was me. I think a common trait amongst most of my characters is that they're confident in their abilities. And as I said, she does want to do this to impress the Grey Wardens. It's not gonna look good if Minar's staggering about the arena, drugged. It kind of takes the wind out of her sails. Like, oh, I won this proving against a guy who was incapacitated. Yeah, that's impressive. So I think she would be willing to say, you know what, I'm not going to use the drug. If I do this, I'll win by skill alone. I won't use the drug.
You've got a heart of steel, Soraka. Get in the armor.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Averd. Fighters, report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Can do. Absolutely can do. Give me this stuff. Lovely. Okay, Averd's helmet. Averd's gloves. His boots and his armor. Now then. Ooh. Thank you. And, yeah, the dagger is fine. And you know what? We're gonna say that this stuff was also in the chest. Don't question it. It's fine. It's fine. That's good. What else do I want? I'll go with the lucky stone. There we go. Okay. Now, yeah, there's the Proving Master.
Stone met, Averd. I believe it is time for your bout. May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready?
Nod, shake your head.
As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
You honor me with this fight. May the stone show the boldest heart through the strongest arm.
Right back at you. For the honor of the Grey Wardens. Watch out, Duster, you'll be coughing blood tonight. I think Nephri feels very, very awkward. She doesn't really know what to say. Not number 3, because that'll make it pretty obvious that we're not Averd. So I think she is doing this to honor the Grey Wardens. She's just feeling kind of awkward about it. For the honor of the Grey Wardens.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Okay.
Now's better than later.
Get him! Don't stop speaking, Nephri! Don't be doing that! You'll give it away!
It's a good day to die.
Nephri, what did I literally just say? Come on, get him!
On your guard, Rich!
One last hit. If you can get him, there we go.
The winner is Averd! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
Are we just ignoring that the arena itself started bleeding? Presumably this is the ancestors saying, we know what you are. You're not meant to be here. The honor is mine. Now you're talking my language, brother. Let's win some glory for the Wardens. Again, we're just going to keep going along with it. I'm doing this for the Grey Wardens. Please notice me, Duncan. Let's win some glory for the Grey Wardens.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Again, stun him.
Later. All right, all right.
Nephri, you are extremely chatty for someone who's supposed to be hiding.
Let me see some blood.
Come on, get him. And sweep. There we go.
The winner is Eved! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embrace a new champion on their field. The warrior Eved, son of Dalton, will fight Lenka, Silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today.
You honor me with this fight. May we both achieve glory. All that stuff about honor and glory, let's fight. You take all the fun out of this part. Ooh. I think I've got to go with 2. I don't particularly like any of these options, but 2 is the one I hate the least. All that stuff about honor and glory, let's fight.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Okie doke, stunner. And sweep. I'll take her out. She is kind of, isn't she? Come on, get her.
Show them no mercy.
The winner is Eved! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Eved will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against...
What? I'm out already? Hey! That's my armor!
Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Eved. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face.
I like to think that as Eved was staggering out and Nephri's head kind of went down, I like to think under her breath she was just like, Lesky, you had one job. I am of no caste or clan, but I have defeated you all. I will not. My victories have earned me your respect. I am Eved. Arrest that fraud. No. They can see his face. They know he's Eved. And here's the thing. Deny it. You're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. That's all well and good, but the guards are just going to come and grab her and force the helmet off. So I think she'd rather have kind of like one last stand of defiance and do it herself than to kind of be manhandled and have the thing forced off of her. I am of no caste or clan, but I have defeated you all.
You insult the very nature of this proving. Guards, take this filth away.
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden, but this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This woman is no warrior. She is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. Her very footsteps pollute the stone. She has no place here.
Except as your champion.
I love that line from Duncan. It's such a bitch slap to the dwarf, except as your champion. Boom. I love it. I think Nephri, the fact that in front of everyone, he stood up for her. He tried to say, no, she is your champion.
Are you awake
I'll
yet?
wait.
Psst. Can you hear me? How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight?
Lesky, what happened? Where are you, Lesky? How did I get here? I just hope I took some of them down with me. So I'm guessing that what happened was, after Duncan left, the guards advanced. She defended herself. She isn't going to be sorry for defending herself. And I think that, she beat all those people fair and square, and they're going to bitch about it because of a mark on her face? Hell no, fuck them. I just hope I took some of them down with me.
Oh, you did. And don't think they didn't show me their appreciation. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They'd burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, about Barat.
This doesn't look like a typical guard cell. Barat said he'd go for Rika if we're caught. We need to go. Is there any way out? What's the sentence for ridiculing the entire warrior caste? Ooh. I think it's between 2 and 4. She's absolutely thinking, Barat said if we bungled this job, he'd kill Rika. And I need to get to her, but here's the thing. Lesky's been awake for a while. If there was a way out, he would have found it. So just kind of saying, oh, we need to go, it's pretty much useless. If you get what I mean, it's like, the sky is blue. Well, yeah, you're kind of stating a fact there, genius. Yeah, I think... What's the punishment they're going to try to give us? Because that should tell us how hard it's going to be to get out. If you get what I mean. If it's something minor, then they're probably just going to give us like quite an easy guard. Whereas, ridiculing the entire warrior caste, probably heavy duty guard, heavily armed and armored. What's the sentence for ridiculing the entire warrior caste?
Public whipping, loss of your left hand for stealing the armor, loss of your right hand for befouling a smith's work, public flaying for impersonating a higher caste, and if that doesn't kill you, they'll put you to death for polluting the proving. That Grey Warden suggested exile, but it didn't seem like anyone was listening.
This doesn't look like a typical guard cell. Barat said he'd... Yep, so these are, repeating. If there was a way out, Lesky would have found it by now. And this may not look like a typical guard cell, but then again, we did just commit a major crime. These are probably the heavy duty cells where they put the worst of the worst. Barat said he'd go for Rika if we were caught. I'm going to try that sentence again. Barat said he'd go for Rika if we were caught. We need to go.
You think I didn't look for a way out? Rika's not the only one in danger here. They could kill us. But these cells are built straight into the wall. And they confiscated all my lockpicks. What's it look like on your side? You see any way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that.
Javia, what are you doing here? Did you come to get us out? You look familiar. Do I know you? I want to talk to Barat. Yeah, the fact that she's here... Because Nephri was assuming that these were, the actual guard cells, so why are they letting in a known member of the Carter? Jarvia, what are you doing here?
You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you.
Let me talk to Barat. I can explain what happened. Where are we? Why are you here? Where are the guardsmen? Yeah, I think at this point, Nephri's kind of like, something isn't right here. Where are we?
That's right. You've never had the privilege of being down here. You're in one of the deep cells in Barat's estate. He built it into the ruins of Old Orzammar. Plenty of room to store gold and lyrium. And nice thick walls so no one can hear the screams.
Let me talk to Barat. I can explain what happened, but how did we get here? It is a pretty good question. But how did we get here?
I brought you. You got every guardsman at that proving thinking if he takes your head off, the ancestors will bless him forever. But they know whose hand holds the whip. When Barat claimed you, they knew who's going to get to watch your last breath.
Let me talk to Barat. I can explain what happened. I'm not scared of him. All we did was follow his orders. Let him come. He'll see I don't scare so easily. Ooh. I'm thinking it's either between 1 and 3. Because here's the thing. Number 2 isn't like, oh, it wasn't our fault we fucked up. It was his fault that we fucked up. So that's just foolishness. Number 1 is good, you know, that, oh, I can explain what happened. Here's the thing, though. Barat doesn't really like us. So even if we did have a perfectly legitimate explanation, he's not going to care. You know what? I think at this stage, Nephri knows she's fucked up. She's really fucked up, and no amount of arse-kissing is going to fix this. She just needs to get out and get Rika safe. So I think she would abandon all pretense of being polite to Barat. Let him come. He'll see I don't scare so easily.
I don't think scaring you is what Barat has in mind. You risked exposing him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together. Sorry we had to put you in separate cells, or I'd suggest you have a last tumble. Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
Oh, Nelly. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Something I'd also just kind of quickly like to mention, Duncan's actions. I said she was inspired by Duncan because of his nice treatment of her. I think she's dazzled by the Grey Wardens right now. Just that, as I said, that complete bitch slap to the Proving Master, just saying, she's your champion, I don't care what you say. And the fact that he spoke up for us, saying, no, exile her. Don't kill her, exile her. I think Nephri now has this view of the Grey Wardens that they are, you know, they're heroes. They are heroes in their purest form, and she is just kind of dazzled by the light that they are letting off. And I don't think she feels like she's worthy of becoming a Grey Warden, because she is kind of putting them up on a pedestal, but she desperately wants to be one now. Okay, I am out of time for this episode. In the next, we're going to try and escape, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.